When you have an engagement, at least in my world, the world that I create for myself, the engagement doesn't begin when you hit the stage and end when you leave the stage. It begins when you hit the city limits, and it ends when you leave the city limits. There's a whole lot going on in that town. My trade is like being paid to go to school, and every town is its own teacher. That's my university. And there are marvels and wonders. There's the hobos from hell or from Santa Cruz. They're young people riding on the freight trains, and they're better at it than I ever thought I would be. You got the Homeless Garden Project. You've got just an enormous rich community here. I was involved some years ago in helping to organize a street singers guild in this town, and you got to beat the streets and learn from the people, and then you've got to get on their stage, and having done that and been with those people, let that audience know that you're not just doing the show you did in the town the night before. You know, you got to know who you're with and where you are. That's very important to me, and they've got to know that I understand that, and that I'm really there for them.
Let's start out where you started out. Where were you born? When were you born?
I was born in Cleveland, Ohio in 1935.
And how did you start on this journey? When did you begin singing, storytelling?
Oh, Mercy, I think we're all storytellers. You know, you think of the excuses you told your parents for why you got home late. So I just never gave it up. I left home, I went up to work in Yellowstone National Park. During high school, I was going to make some summer money. I went up on the freight trains, and it's the first time I rode the freight trains, and I worked on a road grading crew. And at that time, I was playing the ukulele and singing ersatz Hawaiian music, Johnny Noble, things like that, Lovely Hula Hands, Malahini Mele. The other hands working on that crew, a lot of them were old alcoholics who could only shovel gravel. But they knew songs, and late at night, you know, there would be a fire. We lived in these clapboard shanties. They sang old songs, Jimmy Rogers, and they sang old Gene Autry songs I'd never heard. But were much closer to the way I was living right there at that time. Certainly a lot closer than that's Hawaiian music. So they showed me how to turn my ukulele chords into guitar chords and taught me those songs. And that's right about then I started making songs in that mold, making songs of what I saw in the world, you know, around me, but using those tune models and those verse models that had endured for so long and will continue to endure simply because they work. So I've been making songs and stories for over 50 years now. It's a way of life. It's like breathing.